The book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 25. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Quadash. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. A Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padaf at GMS Denver camp, doing a quick lesson in regards to the fact that Esau's kingdom, all right, the kingdom of the so-called white man, all right, the Edomites, is coming to an end. And this is one of the main things we talk about, man, because it's major biblical prophecy. We are in the last heathen empire, which is going to be ran by the Edomites, man, and we're seeing it collapse because they are divided against each other, man. All right, these Edomites are divided against each other, man. They're not unified. All right, and the reason why I'm doing this lesson is because earlier this morning, man, I could hear my neighbor. I'm in the hallway, in my apartments, and going to work, and I over here this Edomite that stays above me just yelling. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And he's yelling, talking to somebody. Either he's talking to himself or, people are bugged out nowadays. But anyway, he was talking about how the so-called JEWs are the problem for America. He was complaining about those small hats. You know what I'm saying? And he was just saying, he was ranting up there. I could hear him yelling. He was all like, this is the reason why America is on the downfall, because of those JEWs. All right, this and that, you know what I'm saying? He just kept going on, and they had to go to work eventually. But I was like, yo, that's spiritual. Because I thought about these scripture right here, man. These Edomites are divided, man. The American Edomites are, divided in many different ways, man. They're political parties. They're divided. You have Republican against Democrat. All right. You know what I'm saying? And just many other political divisions, man, are going on here. You got the Americans against the small hats. They're upset because they're being dragged into World War III. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, they're divided because Esau's kingdom is on its way out, man. I thought that was very spiritual that the Lord allowed me to hear my neighbor yelling about that, man. Right after that, I put curses on him, man. He's a damn Edomite. So let's continue on to the next verse. All right, verse 26, Lord Yahweh Shai speaking, all right, who they ignorantly call Jesus. All right, he says this right here. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? It can't, man. This kingdom is on its way out, while the kingdom of Yahweh Bahashem Shai is being brought together, man. The elect are unified in Yahweh Bahashem Shai. All right, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, while Esau kingdom, his kingdom is crumbling, man. The Edomites fighting against each other. They're infighting. These different elites. You got Russia against America. Those are both Edomite nations. Getting ready to go head up in World War III. It's over, man. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Shai. All right. You getting ready to see these damn Americans fight against each other, man, here in America, man. It's getting ready to be a civil war, man. All right, when all hell breaks loose, these damn devils are going to fight against each other here in America, Babylon the Great. All right, they came up with a movie called Civil War, man. If you've seen that movie, it shows you that. And here we have it right here, a prophecy going into that. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. It's not talking about the ancient Egyptians, man. This is talking about the modern day Egyptian, the modern day oppressor. It applies to Esau, Edom. All right. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. All right. That applies to Esau today, man. They're the modern day Egyptians. We're in spiritual Egypt. We're in spiritual Sodom. All right. That's how the scriptures describe America. Also, it's Babylon the Great. But this is another description of America, man. All right, because we were oppressed in Egypt, were we not? All right, well, we're being oppressed again in America, spiritual Egypt, all 12 tribes. But the citizens of America, aka modern day Egypt, are gonna fight against each other, man. We're seeing the divisions. Like I said this morning, I heard my neighbor, it was like fucking 4 in the morning, man. This dude is up there yelling about the JEWs, man, the false JEWs. And they're of the same nation, man. The American Edomite, all right, they're the same lineage as those 1948, those small hat Edomites, and they're against each other, man. All right, they're tired of those 48ers using them and pimping them out, man. So you got a lot of Edomites complaining about that. All right, so man, it's about to get crazy out here, man. And that's just one of many other divisions that are going on here. All right, you're gonna have Edomites going against the digital system that they're trying to put in place, man. You got Edomites complaining about their own government here in America. You see, you're gonna have Edomites bucking up against the New World Order. This shit is done. It's over. The Lord is bringing a close to this place, man. We see it clear as day. But yeah, civil war, man, it's gonna break out, man. You're gonna see Edomites killing each other and all type of different things going on out here, man. All right. I want to bring this one out real quick. All right, this came to mind. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 22. It says, "What if the Most High, or Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushai, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction." And that's what was going on, man. The Lord has allowed these Edomites to rule the earth in wickedness, all right, for, years and years and years, generations after generation. And now it's finally coming to an end. This is what we've been calling for, man. This is what we've been begging the Lord to bring, man. The end of these damn devils and their Edomite power structure, man. It's over. It's over for them devils, man. And like I said, call Allah Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai. All right, he's let them go on for so long just to bring them down, man. He's allowed them to build up and build and build and build just to kick all that shit down in the end. Matter of fact, let's get a precept on that. All right, here we have the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, "Whereas Edom saith," or the Edomites, "we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." All right, this goes into the Renaissance, man, all the way up until now. You see, they have military bases in every country. They built up America off of stolen land and whatnot. Okay. "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness." You see, the Lord said He gonna throw down. Though Esau built this shit up, the Lord finna throw that shit down. And we're in the process of that happening right now. You got Edomites on TikTok complaining and griping and crying about their country being dismantled and whatnot. That's why they get that whole campaign of "Make America Great Again." It's over, man. It is over, okay? It's over for you bastards. And call Allah Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, right? It says the border of wickedness, because that's who they are. They're the wicked. And this identifies them right here in this scripture. "And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai hath indignation forever." All right. You see that? So this shows you that the Lord was never intending for Esau to continue on ruling the world in wickedness. It was only for a short time, man. It was a limited time off for Esau, and now it's over for you. Okay, we're getting ready to come into the kingdom of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai and the Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, we're up next to rule, and we're gonna be ruling forever, man. We have an eternal kingdom with Yahweh Shai, man, as joint heirs. So the Lord is making way for that to take place by taking this damn devil down. And it starts with, the division amongst themselves. It's going to cause their kingdom to collapse. I want to bring this out real quick. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 7. "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai is the one that was letting these damn devils continue on. All right, but now he's bringing Esau to an end, man. Okay, we're seeing all the signs. All right, and as soon as that motherfucker brings the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, as soon as they make that thing mandatory, we know that the destruction is nigh at hand, man. You already know. Once they make that RFID microchip mandatory to buy and to sell, all right, spoken of in Revelation 13, verse 16 on down, that's when the Lord gonna send them nuclear missiles to completely take that devil out, man. And he's gonna send his son Yahweh Shai and the angels in the midst of all that, man, to destroy American Babylon the Great, all right, and other parts of the earth, to replenish it, and also to save his elect. And we, hope that we're of that number. Lord willing, we are. But this is what's at hand, man. This is where we at with it. We are at the end of an age, man. We're at the end of all heathen rulership, man. All right? And the beginning of ours, man. Matter of fact, let's get one more precept. We're going to close it. All right, I got a couple more. All right, we'll close it. I got to head back to the plantation, This is 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 6, starting at verse 7. It says, Then answered I, all right, Esdras, all right, or Ezra, then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? So he was asking, when's going to be the end of this age? When are we going to be able to be back in our rulership, man? When are these devils going to be finally taken out? Verse 8, And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So you understand, when the twins were born, our forefather being Jacob and the forefather of these damn devils being Esau, Esau came out first, all right, making him the older brother, right? But when he came out of the womb, all right, there was a hand that was grabbing onto his ankle, man. And it was our forefather Jacob. All right, you ever heard that term, hey, I'm on his heels? Well, that's what's going on right now with the nation of Israel, on the heels of the nation of Esau. All right, we on his heels, man, meaning we coming up right behind him, man. Because once he goes down, we come into rulership, man, when Yahweh Shai, the king of Israel, returns, man. And we're going to close with this right here. 2nd Esdras 6 and verse 9. For Esau, right, the Edomites, is the end of the world, the end of the age, man. All right. And Jacob, the Israelites, is the beginning of it that followeth. That's right. We're coming into a transition of kingdoms, a transition of power. These damn devils are losing their power. They're becoming divided. They're getting into wars, all right, that they can't get out of, man. It's all prophecy, man. And it's playing out exactly how the Lord intended it to, man. And we have the understanding of it, man, in these last days as the prophets. And we're here to tell you Israelites that, hey, this suffering is almost over, man. This devil's going to be taken out, and the earth is going to be restored in the righteous order of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right? That's what's at hand. So continue to fight, continue to push, and keep the faith, man. All right? These devils are divided, man. All right? So with that being said, I'm going to end this lesson right here. I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Radash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Kwam Yasharallah and Abad Babal. Shalom.